What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, you guys, you guys are gonna laugh so hard at this. You're gonna laugh so hard at this. I was recording a video for the channel on Sens, right? And I thought I was recording this, but it turns out I was not. I was live streaming, so that's phenomenal. Oh man. But with that being said, I am going to do a live stream now. We're going to take the next hour to cover any questions you guys have, do a little bit of stock review, shoot the buzz, and have a good time. So welcome to all. I'm just going to drink myself a Diet Coke. Welcome to all who are watching the video right now. Let's drop a comment if you're here. Let's see what's happening. I will start off by just showing you guys the plays that I'm excited about. These are ones that are on my radar. I put out videos on these just recently, and I am going to be getting into AVGR, Avenger. I think this is a solid, this be a solid swing play as well as a mid to long term hold. I feel pretty good about this one, and I'm also really excited about FRSX. Oh man, this is one that I like almost just as much as Microvision, so I think this is going to be absolutely filthy. I'm really excited for that. Let's hear some love in the comments, guys. What's happening? Bring her in. Let's see what's popping. Anybody home? Hello. We've got a couple viewers. Let's see what's happening. We're gonna do a bit of a Q&A and a chat stream, as well as check out some stocks you guys want me to look at. Since we don't have to trade today, we don't get to trade today, which is very sad. I don't have to work with the Army today, but it is a federal holiday. So I am just taking an opportunity to, check out some stocks, do some reading, knock out some videos, and I'm going to take a bit of a break here and just connect with everybody, see what everybody's up to. You guys are going to think this is the funniest thing ever. So I thought I was recording a video that I was going to put out later today, right? I was working through everything, doing my research, checking it all out, and I didn't click record on my my screen recording software. I use OBS Studio. I'll just show you guys this just so you can see it. What I did is I hit start streaming instead of start recording. that was awesome. So you guys got to watch me record a video on Sens in real time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm sorry for anybody that was watching that didn't get their questions answered, but I am going to connect with you guys now. So whatever you want me to cover, we can definitely do that. FRSX is one that I'm super excited about. I'm really pumped for this stock. This is a stock that I think has 5 to 10x potential. To be completely honest, this is going to be a hold for me. I don't currently have a position in FRSX, but this is what I am in. Last week was a little rough. I was only up about $1,300, so it's not terrible. But there was a point where I was at about 29, and the last 2 days were kind of bleeders. CLWD has been beating me up. Bio has been beating me up. Ship is about neutral. I'm not down a lot in that, but that one's been not as nice as I thought it would be. But Zome, Mbis, Fuel Cell, APXT, they've all been killers. I'm pretty excited though. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning up the portfolio, and I'm gonna take some funds that I've gotten here and pump it into FRSX and AVGR, because I think these are gonna be absolutely monster plays. And FRSX has a lot of potential in the future. I think it's gonna be a great hold. Where's everybody at? Let's hear some love. Let's see some stocks in the comment section. I'd love to cover some tickers for you guys. Anybody there? Well, until somebody gets here, I'll just show you some other plays that I'm excited about. I did just recently put out a video on SPCE. Space. This is Virgin Galactic Holdings Incorporated. And they just recently had a news catalyst come out, and I'll show you guys this really quick. This is just the Discord, which is pretty cool stuff. But they just recently had a really sick thing happen. So Richard Branson Company launches rocket from under plane's wing. And this is huge. This is so huge. So if we just read this quick. Richard Branson's Virgin Orbit reached space on Sunday, 8 months after the first demonstration flight of its air-launched rocket system failed, the company said. A 70-foot-long Launcher 1 rocket was released from beneath the wing of a Boeing 747 carrier aircraft off the coast of Southern California. Man, that's so filthy. That looks so cool. Look at this. I can't believe we live in these kind of times. That's so nuts. Like, if you think about this, guys, the first iPhone came out 12 years ago, and now we're launching freaking spacecraft off of airplanes. Do you think you'd ever see the day? Man. So I think this is going to be pretty huge for SPCE. I did just put a video out on this, but I think they're going to be pretty killer. And then I think it's GSAC. No, it's not GSAC. GPAC. I don't remember the ticker symbol, but they're affiliated with Virgin Galactic Holdings. And I think they're going to have it's a SPAC play. It should be pretty solid. Let me find it on my channel real quick, and I will tell you for sure what the ticker symbol is. But it's going to be pretty huge. I'm really excited. We'll go back here, check out content. Oh, VJack. I was so close, man. It's too early. No, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice time right now. But where's everybody at? This is going to be a Q&A and stock analysis live stream. We're going to cover any sort of ticker symbols that you guys want. So just drop them here in the comments section, and I will very gladly cover anything that you want me to cover. So just looking for a ticker. Until I get one, though, we're just going to keep covering things that are on my radar. VJack is on my radar big time. SPCE is on my radar big time. If you just joined the stream, FRSX, I am going to be establishing a large position in. Well, I mean, large compared to my account size. I am only about $26,800 or so, but I think FRSX is going to be a freaking insane company. I think this stock in 2 years from now is going to be 50, 60, 70 bucks. I'm just as high up on FRSX as I am on Mbis. If we just take a look at what they are, they're involved with the autonomous driving scene. So if we check out FRSX stock, I'll pull them up on Market Watch and just read it to you really quick. But they're pretty huge. They engage in the research and development of vehicular accident prevention products. Its products is QuadSight, a multispectral vision solution for detection of obstacles in harsh lighting and weather conditions. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, if I pull up their website really quick, it's very similar to what MBIS and VLDR do. They're pretty cool. They're a good company. I think they have a lot of potential. And I think that these guys are like the company that sells the pickaxe to the miners, right? So you've got these EV sectors, the clean energy companies, right? Like the NEO, the Tesla, the XPEV, the Lee, the Switchback, the Plug, and Foresight, MBIS, VLDR. These are the companies that can really capitalize on that autonomous driving sector. So they've got this multi-spectral stereo vision sensing system. So it's very similar to what MBIS is working on right now. They are going to have like a presentation out in April regarding some of their different products they're working on for autonomous driving. But these guys seem like a big leader. They could do some good things. And what's different between these guys and MBIS is they're focused on weather conditions, lighting and weather conditions. So being able to drive during blizzards or storms of any sort, and it's pretty good stuff. So I'm excited for it for sure. I don't know. I can't see you guys chatting. Maybe it's just not popping up. Maybe you guys are just quiet today. Chat rate. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. What's going on here? Live chat. What is happening? I dropped this little YouTube emoji. I'm just waiting to see something pop up in the chat bar. Maybe it's something on my end that's not going right, but I'm not seeing anything popping up. Let me take a quick peek. Pop out chat. Maybe this. Oh, here we go. Now we're cooking. I figured it out, guys. We're rocking. We're rocking. All right. All right. So, Dave, what is up? What's up? Rolando, Panagiotis, CTRM on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll cover that for sure. CTRM no bueno. It's been a little bit of a bleeder. It didn't go the way that I expected. If we had some sort of news catalyst, it would really help push it. Skylar, hello, Raj. Thank you very much. Dave, appreciate that. Any news on CTRM? Well, we'll just cover that really quick. CTRM, I'll pull up the charts. I do have a position in this stock, just to be transparent. And it has been not going the way that I envisioned it to be honest. The charts look really nice, but the one thing I didn't like about this is there wasn't a guaranteed news catalyst that we had out yet. So if they have any sort of news that comes out, that is going to be a huge push for Castor Maritime. We're just waiting on some sort of news catalyst to push this, but I don't think it's in dangerous territory yet. It is still consolidating to some degree, but we also did have a pretty red market for Thursday and Friday. It was pretty rough. So I'm still holding this. I think there is potential. This is a swing for me. I'm willing to hold this for a week to 2 weeks. And I think that it's got some pretty solid potential. So I'm going to hold it for now. If anything, I might average down a little bit, but I'm not sweating yet. SPTK. They're not popping up on my brokerage, but I will pull them up on Yahoo and just see what's up. Spire Technologies. I'm not familiar with what they do. Are they an IPO company? Are they going to be IPOing soon? That might be it, because I'm not seeing any data on them. But I will cover them in the future. What do you reckon about CLNE? Clean Energy? Clean Energy is a good company, man. Thanks for saying hi, Dale. I appreciate that. Clean Energy, fuel cell, and plug. I like to make this comparison. If you're looking at the EV sector, right? You've got plug is like Tesla. You've got fuel cell is like NIO. You've got clean energy, which is like XPEV, right? So in order of, I think, tiers per se on these clean energy sectors and these clean energy stocks, I think that CLNE is a pretty decent one. I think it'll continue to grow. If we look at them in the last month, they are up. I mean, they were at $4.40, currently trading at $9.73. So if they continue their growth, they're looking pretty good. Macroscopically speaking, though, we did have the crossover on the 15 VAMA back underneath the 200 EMA, which is a bearish sign. So they might bleed for a little bit, but they are in oversold territory. So you're looking for a bounce on the RSI back up to 70. Oh yeah, Raj, you're cooking with Crisco with FRSX. CCIV is they're rumored to be having a merger with Lucid Motors, and as far as I've seen so far, it has just been a rumor. I haven't seen clear cut, news articles saying it's going to happen. But if this does happen, it's going to be huge. Just tread cautiously, because if it doesn't happen, you're going to see a really, really harsh sell-off. So just be cautious. There's a lot of anticipation for it, but the charts are really clean right now. It's just growing. It looks good. The volume's nice. The RSI indicator has been neutralizing a little bit, so it's correcting, but not bad. AZRX. So this was a play that I presented to everybody as a quick swing. And I brought this up back when it was less than $1. And it had a couple different opportunities to really hit hard. So you had to sell out when it was like $1.42. It might continue to grow. We're just looking for another news catalyst here. I don't currently have my position in AZRX. This was just one of the 4 plays that I presented. I ended up going with Zome. But I think AZRX will still treat you really nicely. You're just going to have to wait it out. This is going to be one where you're like these biopharmaceutical companies, you need a news catalyst because there's nothing usually crazy about their financial situation. You're betting on, or you're investing in the fact that the potential of growth and the news that is going to be coming out. Sion Kai, what is up, Trey? Greetings from Singapore. Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. You're the man. You're the man. That's sick. I can't believe we reach people from that far away. Man, that's sick. Bus. We'll cover Bus quick. Bus F. Not popping up. I might not have that available on my brokerage account, but I'll take a look here. I'll pull them up on Yahoo if it lets me. Bus stock, Yahoo. All right. We'll take a look at the chart quick. Changes to candlestick. I'll look at it at the 1 month and change it to 30-minute. So this must be a recent IPO if I had to guess. It looks decent. I don't have any indicators pulled up on here, but just looking at the price action right off the bat, what I'm seeing is a pretty solid double bottom here. And that doesn't look bad. I'll move this arrow. There we go. There's one bottom out. This is kind of forming the George W. That's what I like to call it. And it's looking pretty clean. So we've got two bottom outs here, and it is still moving in a pretty nice upward direction. As far as growth goes, it does look like we're consolidating a little bit. So if we can break through this trend line in the future, I think we're going to look pretty good. You're going to watch for a break on this upward side, so maybe somewhere around like $3.30. It's moving in an upward ascending wedge, though, so that's bullish. It looks pretty good. Mbis, don't even get me started. This is my baby. I am so excited about Mbis, guys. There's a reason I put out videos on this every single day, and there's a reason that literally half my portfolio is in Mbis. Like, I bought it at a terrible time. My dollar cost average was $6.75. I was down $3,000 at one point, and I don't care if I'm down $10,000. I will not sell a single share of this stock because it is going to be a huge, huge, huge game player in the automotive scene. They're working on automotive LiDAR that they're expected to present on in April. And if that presentation goes well, there's rumors of a buyout with Mbis. And I think the potential is very high with Microsoft, Apple, Tesla. I know people think Tesla is not going to happen because Elon Musk doesn't like LiDAR because it's ugly and bulky and stuff. But Mbis is sleek, guys. Like, if I pull up Microvision really quick and just show you what it looks like, this is aesthetic. Like, Microvision looks nice. Their LiDAR tech, let me just switch over to the technology side here. Their LiDAR tech is small. Like, you can't even tell it's on the car. They've got, it's the size of a quarter. Look at that. Their tech is nice. It looks good. I love Mbis. I could talk about them forever. Chamath is a monster with his SPACs and what he's bringing to the market. Heck yeah, man. I appreciate the love, Boomstick. What's up, Kiam? CTRM I covered. Do I think NEO will drop another 5 to 10%? It's likely. It's likely. It's going to keep correcting, but don't be nervous about NEO because this is going to be a $100 stock at the end of the year. I'm willing to bet you money on that. I don't have a position in NEO, but if I did, I'd bet you my position in NEO on that. Zome. News about CTRM. I haven't seen any new news yet, but if I do, I will update you guys, I promise. Zome is a stock I'm holding until late March. I actually have quite a few videos out on this. So Deluxe Clux. I like that name, by the way. That's cool. If you want to check out those videos, I talk about it a lot, but Zome is a stock I'm holding until late March because of their True Forma system. I think they're working in a really niche market, and they're going to be able to capitalize on that really well. If we just pull up a Fibonacci really quick, I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. But based on the run-up from the last base, they're holding up pretty well right now. I don't think they're going to... I think that 97-cent range, anything below 90 cents, I'd be really surprised if we drop. I think it's going to be a hard push on Tuesday. I expect a push for $1.48. I can see your comments now. Teladoc. I don't know what Teladoc's ticker is. TDoc. All right. Woo! That's nasty. That's filthy, man. It's an expensive stock, but the volume's always there. The volatility isn't anything crazy. If you look at it on a one-year chart, it does look like it's growing. I think if you get in, let me just change it back to the 1 month chart. I'd watch for a potential retracement. God dang it. Watch for a potential retracement to $221. I think if you see a retracement to 221, that's a good entry point or an opportunity to double down. TRXC. TRXC looks good. Mbrx. I've been actually asked by quite a few people to cover this. It looks solid, guys. I actually like this a lot. The chart's really clean. If we look at the run up really quick, I'm willing to bet you money that it retraces really nicely. Oh yeah, that's picture perfect. If you can get it at $1.94 on TRXC, you're gonna make money. This is extremely bullish. The VOM has been over the 200 EMA for like 2 weeks now. This looks like a JagX run up. This is very similar to a JagX run up. Looks beautiful. I'm missing a lot of these comments, so I'm gonna come to the bottom and start from here. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Tiak is on ARC. Okay, that's huge. Yeah, if anything that ARC invests in is going to automatically run up because of just because of Kathy Woods. It's huge. I am still in buy all, Alex. This is a stock that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I had an opportunity to sell and I didn't. I think if you want to hold this, it's going to be as a midterm. I think if you hold this for a month, you're going to probably be looking at $2. It just depends on your patience, where you want to put your money. WWR. It's not screaming to me right now that it's going to do anything. It looks pretty flat, to be honest with you. It's currently in a downward channel. So we're going to be looking to break the trend line that's coming down here. So watch for a push above 550. If you see a push above 550, I think we'll retest some previous highs. ACST. Oh, yeah. I covered ACST in the past. I think it's got more potential currently than AZRX. I like the price action more on this. It's not as flat. It is bleeding a little bit right now. We are in a downward channel. So watch for a break out of this channel right here. If you see a push above, I would say 60 cents or so, 62 cents, I think it'll have some pretty violent movements. The volume's dying though. It is trading neutral, so it's not being oversold. It's just kind of bleeding. Gsat. I'll cover that. I'll cover Gsat. Oh, it's forming a nice bullish flag right now. The volume doesn't look terrible. It's coming back a little bit. There's a lot of red bars in there, but this is a pretty clean bullish flag. So if we see a break above this top trend line, it should be pretty nice. Watch for a push above about 90 cents. If you see a push above 90 to 92 cents, it should be pretty nice. I don't know any news catalyst coming out with Global Star, but it is on a nice bullish run right now. 15 VAMA is crossed over the 200 EMA. Looks beautiful. Momo. Trying to get kids ready for school while scanning stocks. LOL fun. I love it. I love it. I don't have any kids, but if I did, I just tell them, hey guys, I'm scanning stocks right now. You got to make your own bowl of cereal. Momo has a pretty gnarly head and shoulders pattern right now. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to recover from that. It looks like it's entering some bearish territory, so tread cautiously. We've got the head right here. Of course, if there is any news catalyst coming out, I'm not aware. It does help if you guys tell me if there's any news catalyst too, just so that I can take that into consideration. But just based on the charts, it's looking pretty bearish right now. Looks like a trend reversal. It is oversold though, so watch for a hold. I'm going to drop a Fibonacci quick. Yeah. It's already broken the retracement, so it's kind of uncharted territory. I'm not sure. FTFT, I don't feel bad about. I like FTFT. I think this has potential. Future FinTech, I think this could be a pretty solid hold stock, like a good midterm to long term. I think a good buying opportunity. If we retrace it quick, we'll retrace from here. If you can get in at about $6, I think you're going to do really well. We'll cover. I covered AZRX. What's ISORay's ticker? Is it ISRY? Drop the ticker for ISORay and then I'll check it out. OPTT. I've covered this one before. I think this is going to be a good stock. I think this is a good hold stock, a midterm. If we take a look here, it has been trading pretty sideways on the 1 month. So a lot of ups and downs. There's opportunities here for swing traders and long-term holders. You could short this stock on the rides up. We are looking at resistance currently sitting right around $3.80 or so. So watch for a push back underneath that. If you see a push above 380, it should be pretty nice. But there's a George W here. We got a double bottom. It's kind of just a mixed bag. I think if you're going to get into this, it's as a hold. I'd get into this for a midterm hold. ATVK. Oh my God. That's disgusting. That's so filthy. Jesus Christ. What is going on with this company? This is like Tesla growth. That's disgusting. I'm scared to get into that, to be honest. I mean, the trend is beautiful. It's just been literally growing. But we haven't seen a pullback yet. The volume is consistent. It hasn't really been overbought. It's been trading just a hair overbought, but it has been pretty neutral. What makes me nervous is there hasn't been a correction. But historically speaking, the stock really hasn't corrected much. Looking at it just unbiased, I mean, taking my personal opinions out of the way, my trading style, it looks like it's a growth stock. It looks like if you put your money in right now, it's just going to continue to grow. It looks safe. Just be cautious of a pullback because we haven't seen one. INPX broke the downtrend last week. Thanks for specifying. That really does help. I appreciate that. It looks pretty clean. It's forming a bullish flag right now. And Pixon, I don't know what they do, but it does look really nice. I wouldn't worry about this bleed that you saw from that huge run-up because that's a pretty large run-up. So giving back some of that's not the end of the world. If we look at the retracement here, it's holding up pretty well at that 61.8% at $1.26. So if you see a push back underneath a $1.25, $1.26, and it drops more, then I'd be a little bit nervous, but it looks really nice right now. Switchback, that's a hold and a set it and forget it stock, man. Switchback is always going to be what it is. It's a huge company. If you look at them 3 months ago, this was a $14 stock. You look at them 6 months ago, it was a $10 stock. You know, this is they're going to be merging with ChargePoint, and Switchback is going to be gnarly. This is a huge company. I love them. I'd watch for an entry point if you can. It looks like they're on a downward trend right now. Watch for an entry point around 35, 36 bucks. I covered Momo. THBR. They're trading pretty sideways right now, so it looks like a safe time to enter. Not oversold territory by any means, but we did have the crossover on the 15 VAMA underneath the 200 EMA. So if this does play out, I mean, I can't guarantee it will, but it looks like it's beginning a downward trend. So if you're looking for an opportunity here, it might be as a short. Unless any news catalyst comes out. I don't know if any news or press releases coming out with THBR, if they have any, financial statements or anything, but just be cautious. It does look like it's trending downwards. JagX, that's a solid play, man. JagX is going to treat you well. I think we've got some people over on the Discord that have JagX right now, and they're from out of states, and they're saying that it's ripping right now. So I feel good about it. This is a stock that I think could touch $6-7 in a month. Trit. That's ugly, man. That doesn't look good. Cross under on the 15 VAMA over the 200 EMA. That's bearish. It does look like we're holding up at this previous level of support, so that's good. If we can hold above 810, that might be a good entry point, but it doesn't look like a good chart. It's not very clean. ATVK covered, as well as JagX, my friend. CLWD. Hey D, I appreciate the support, man. That's sick. I will cover your stocks quick. NNDM. Hey, I appreciate that you love my laughter too, by the way. Flaming Red Van. That's sick. That's sick. Thank you. I really do appreciate the donation. That's awesome. NNDM is a stock where you can set it and forget it. This has 5 to 10x potential. ARC is in NNDM, from my understanding, and this is a huge niche market. They're the leaders for sure. I think if you want an entry point, if we draw a retracement real quick, you're looking pretty safe at about $10.44. This looks pretty good. I think you're not going to get much better than that right now. And then I'll also cover Xella. Xella looks good too. That's a bullish flag. We got a nice clean couple green candles here. It's not a perfect bullish flag. I suppose if we draw the pull from the base, it'd be a little nicer. But it is a nice bull. It's a bullish flag nonetheless. This looks pretty good. Watch for a squeeze. If it continues to consolidate like this, watch for a push above like 90 cents or so. I think if you push above 85 to 90 cents, that's going to bring you a retest of those previous levels. I have not yet looked into Gvo. I'm glad you brought that up. Gvo looks sexy. That's clean. This has just been pure growth. I'm guessing it's an investor stock. I don't know a lot about the company itself, but just based on the charts, it looks good. We'll retrace this quick just to look for an entry point for you. And I think if you can get in at $6.08, you'll do pretty well. It's pretty bullish. It looks good. We've had a crossover on the 15 BAMA over the 200 EMA for a long time. This has been a nice growth stock. SRNE. Ooh, that's dirty. I wouldn't buy in at this point yet. That looks like a chase. Be very careful. We haven't seen a pullback, and this stock historically is pretty volatile. I would bet you money that we see a retracement. Let's just take a look at previous trends. So here we see a retracement to about 61%. So I'm betting you that it's going to come back down to about $8.20 or so. Sundial, this is a hype stock, but nonetheless, it has been growing. It looks like it's currently on a downward trend, but we do have, the problem is that it broke beneath this this bottom out. We had a triple bottom here, and it broke beneath that. So I think it's going to continue to bleed. I covered TEL. I covered SRNE. CCIV rumors. Yeah, they're rumored to be merging with Lucid. And if that does play out, it's going to be filthy. But if that is a false rumor and it doesn't happen, it's going to be a pretty bad rip and dip. BNGO is not done. BNGO is going to keep ripping. They're killing right now. If you're looking for an entry point, I would watch potentially for 724, but I'm going to double check. It does line up pretty well. So anywhere between $7 and $7.24, I think is a good entry. My guy, I told you, let's eat. We're always eating, baby. Even when we're losing, we're eating, but we don't lose very often, so don't worry. Panagiotis, Nicolaitis. I've invested in Gvo and it's exploded. Bought it at $2 and it's ready to go to 10. Yeah, Gvo looks freaking filthy, man. That is the definition of pure filth. You're looking absolutely phenomenal, man. That's beautiful. What software do I use to see graphs? I use Fidelity Pro, and it's a free software that you can download. But I know that Fidelity Pro is great. Webull is great. I do have a link in the description box if you're interested in Webull. I can get you some free stocks. I'll get some free stocks. It's a great two-way street, but they're both great for sure. Zome just released a statement from the CEO. I did see that. And I think Zome, it's going to be a positive catalyst. I actually plan on covering that in a video in the future. I know it was dropped in the Discord. I'm actually just going to drop over to the Discord quick and check out the link. Zome. Right here. So anyone that's not familiar, they issued a letter to shareholders as Trueforma nears commercialization. I'll just read the beginning of this. I am hopeful that you had a pleasant holiday season and wish you had the best during the new year. We're excited for 2021. As a result of the recent increase in the price of our common shares over the last several weeks, investors have been exercising their outstanding warrants, which has resulted in Zomedica receiving more than $40 million of additional cash through January 15th. This additional infusion of cash further enhances our already very healthy balance sheet. Our cash and cash equivalents now are in excess of $90 million freaking dollars, net of all capital and operating expenditures from the fourth quarter. We expect that this amount will be sufficient to fund operations at least through the calendar year 2023. This is a huge growth stock, guys. I feel really good about Zome. I'm telling you right now, Zome is going to be the next JagX and BNGO. And mark my freaking words, this is going to be a grand slam. That's why I'm not selling. I was up 80% on this, and I know that is not the end. This is going to be a $4 or $5 stock in a couple months. Gaxi, yes, I sure will cover Gaxi. Oh, if I can spell. Oh, man. All right, look at them on a 1 month chart quick. Why does it look like? Oh, it's because of this. They had that huge rip up to 28 cents. Well, the charts look goofy. I'm going to change it to a 10-day. Maybe that'll look better. Nope, it does not. 5-day. There we go. We'll change it to a 5-day, 15-minute. We did have a crossover here. It might be starting a bullish run. 15 volume crossover to 200 EMA. It looks clean. Volume is about the same. It's staying consistent, so it's not super volatile. It shouldn't wrench your stomach. Just wanted to show some love. We'll be in and out today since I'm working, but looking forward to your class. Trying to learn how to read charts on Thinkorswim. Hey, I appreciate that, my friend. Thanks, Joe. Jimmy, thank you so much for the donation. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. Zome just released a statement from the CEO, and I did cover that. It should be a huge positive catalyst. Thank you, GC, also for the donation. You guys rock. Seriously, that's awesome. I really, really appreciate you guys. This is sick. I love doing what we're doing. Macy's. I like Macy's. I think they're a good midterm hold, though. Don't hold them long. This is going to be a good COVID and quarantine recovery stock. And as the country begins to open up, people are going to invest their money in Macy's for anticipation of an influx in sales. But Macy's is what it is, right? So we know that online shopping is the future. That is where people are putting their money now. So Macy's, I just wouldn't hold for longer than until the country opens up. And you're going to know because Macy's is just going to start bleeding. And once you see that, like, don't worry about this one day. This is just one day. The macroscopic view of Macy's is still bullish, right? So a one-day correction is not the end of the world. I'm going to answer your question, Denzel. Is Fidelity US only? I think so, yeah. How do you send a super chat message as well as Dono? I actually don't know how to do it. I'm going to be honest. I should know how to do it, but I don't. So my apologies. Any thoughts on whether we will have a crash on Inauguration Day? Mike, I think the best way to put this as apolitical as possible is anytime there is uncertainty in the market, it's usually bearish territory. So if people don't know what to expect, it's likely to be a sell-off day. It'd be an opportunity to short, though. There's always opportunity to make money in the market. GNOG, will it rally this week or next? My friend, Dimed YT, GNOG is a stock that you have to not pay attention to the daily fluctuations with, because this is a stock that 5 or 10 years from now is going to be worth 10 times as much as it is now, right? GNOG and DKNG are both going to benefit greatly from the legalization of gambling in the States. And as that continues to push, this stock is going to continue to grow, right? So don't mind these day-to-day fluctuations. If it does drop a little more, right, we're going to be fine. This is an opportunity to average down or improve your position in the stock. I think still, if you can get in between 1887 and 20 bucks, you're going to make money. The 15 EMA VAMA crossing 200 EMA. So I use the 15-day VAMA. You can see that right here. That's this light blue line, and the 200 EMA is this one right here. But I know some brokerage accounts don't have the VAMA. If you use Webull, Thinkorswim, Ameritrade, use the VWAP or the MA. Those will treat you just fine. They'll be a little bit different, but it's about the same. AMTX. Oh, look at that filthy gap up, guys. That's so nasty. I love seeing a gap up. There's nothing that gets me smiling like that. Oh, it looks pretty good. It looks like it's pulled back a little bit, but don't sweat that. I'd be willing to bet you, if we draw a retracement here, that lines up pretty well with this retracement. And sure as Popeye eats spinach, it does. I bet you money. I bet you a lot of money we're going to hold above 347. That'd be a good entry point. Clean Spark. Clean Spark is just correcting right now. I wouldn't worry. This is another hold stock. I'd hold this for a while, a couple of years probably. See, look at their growth. They're going to continue to grow, guys. Clean Spark is good. I am not in Canada. I live in Minnesota in the States. iStack? Oh, you're asking a question. My bad, my bad. Hey, what do you think about CPSH? I don't like the gap in the chart. I will let you know what I think, my friend. Oh. I don't like that gap either. That looks like some MM manipulation. The triple M. Yeah. Typically, when you don't have price action in a zone like this, you eventually fill the gap. So you're right in saying that scares you a little bit, because that scares me too. I think there's probably going to be a correction here. I don't know a lot about the company, of course, but typically when there's a gap in price action, it eventually gets filled. Bob Macy's at 10.15. You're doing pretty good then, man. I wouldn't sweat it. No problem, GC. Good entry point for Zome. Anything under $1 is going to treat you great. Genius. I think this is a good swing trade stock. You can definitely see the volatility here, but the growth of the stock, I'm not sold on yet. The fundamentals of the company, the premise is there, but they just haven't proven it. They're too up and down. I think this is just a good swing trade opportunity. When they bottom out, it's a good opportunity to ride up. When they top out, it's a good opportunity to ride down. I appreciate that, Kausar. Support from London. I've never been there. I wanted to run the London Marathon. I'm a runner, but it'd be fun. That's cool. ALPP. Alpine. Alpine's filthy. Alpine looks really, really nice. It looks like it is beginning an upward swing. We have a little bit of a gap happening here between the 15 VAMA and the 200 EMA. And this is typically a sign of an incoming run. So if you want to get in right now, I think you're going to do pretty well. I just covered Zome. I want to be bullish so bad. I was up huge and took profits, but I'm definitely getting back in. Millennial stock, guys. Check out this guy's channel. This dude is an OG. I'm going to drop him in the comments here. Show him some love. He's the man. TTCF analysis. Tattooed Chef, man. This company, as the vegan sector starts to grow, guys, you're going to laugh at this. I tried being vegan for a while. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. But it is for some people, right? And Tattooed Chef is going to continue to grow, especially with the increase in demand of vegan options at restaurants. The vegan diets are just increasing throughout the states. It'll have a good year or two. I don't know about their Q1, but I think it will be a good company. Starting a YouTube channel for investing. That is a great question, man. I actually have a video out on when I went from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 19 days, and it covers it extremely well. But my suggestion to you is don't get discouraged, right? It took me, I think, 9 days to get my first 100 subs. And then from there, it took me 8 days to get my next 900. So just keep grinding. It's going to be worth it. And just learn your stuff, you know? You're going to make mistakes. I've made mistakes. Own them. Move on. Get better. That's too easy, man. I love to hear that. MRO. Oil's pretty hot right now. We do have the nice gap up here happening between the 15 VAMA and 200 EMA. Looks nice. It looks like it's growing. I don't know a good entry point per se. I'll draw a retracement and see if I see any patterns. It looks like it's going to hold up pretty well at that 38% mark. So if you can get in at $8, I think you'll do well. I am in the military, yeah. I appreciate that, Jake. That's awesome. I'm also active duty. I work in air defense artillery. I'm actually moving out to Fort Sill, Oklahoma on Thursday next week, and I'll be training in on Patriot weapon systems. VISL. Thank you for your service too, my friend. I really appreciate you saying that. It looks like it's beginning an upward swing. Watch for a crossover on the 15 VAMA over the 200 EMA. If you see that, it's going to get some freaking filthy traction. The volume is moving up. It's approaching overbought territory. If you see that crossover, it's going to be nasty. Long-term price target on Mbis. APXC, I'm sorry I missed you. APXC, I think, is going to be a $28 to $30 stock at the date of their merger. And if I had 1K right now, where would I put it? I would either put it in Mbis or FRSX. FRSX is going to be a $50 to $70 company in the next 2 years. I'm willing to bet my portfolio on that. They're both killer. But Mbis, I think, is going to be a $20 stock at the end of the year. I think 5 years from now, $100 stock. They're so huge. The autonomous driving sector, they are the guys that are mining, right? They're in the coal doing the work. And FRSX, VLDR, Mbis, they're selling the pickaxe. They're giving them the gear necessary. And people just don't really, there's no hype here yet. It's like, it's behind. And I don't understand why, like, people don't realize the potential of these companies. But, like, these are the big dogs. These are the guys really making the money. So they're going to be huge. OCGN, I've covered this stock in the past. This is a stock that I hit a grand slam on with everybody here. I know some people made some filthy money on the channel. But I think OCGN is going to be a good 2 to 3 month stock, like a midterm hold, because they've got like some vaccines out in India, and they're the second most populous country in the world. And as their vaccines continue to roll out, it should continue to grow. I wouldn't be surprised with a retest of like $5 eventually. Sens is a good buy in the morning. Zome is a good buy in the morning. I'll tell you that right now because I've already done the research on those. Time, I don't know. I don't know if there's any news catalysts that recently came out on time, but looking at the chart specifically, it looks pretty solid. It looks like it's consolidating very well. That should be confirmation to buyers. We're holding up really well above the 61% retracement. If you can get in at $2.05, I think it'll treat you well. All right, I'm going to go back up to these guys that dropped some money because I want to completely honor you guys. I appreciate that. GCYT, how to grow a YouTube channel for investing. Yeah, so I'll retouch on this again, but my biggest advice to you is just to keep doing it, right? Because I put out 5 videos, 6 videos a day when I started the channel, and it took me probably 10 days to get my first 100 subscribers, right? But after that, it snowballs. Like, people are going to pay attention to your videos. The YouTube algorithm will push your stuff out, and you just got to be patient, right? So, like, if I show you guys my channel really quick, I'll just pull it up on YouTube. I'll show you guys the growth of my channel, the analytics, and subscriber count. So when I started the channel on December 16th, I was not gaining a lot of subs every day. It took a minute, but there just came a point eventually where I started gaining traction. And once you gain the traction, there's no looking back. It's just going to keep growing. So you just got to get through that wall. Once you get through that 100 sub wall, it's going to keep pushing. And just make sure that you're up to date with the latest news on stocks. And that's like the biggest suggestion I can have is really pay attention to your comment section. Try and cover the stocks that people are talking about because there's probably a reason they're talking about them, right? So try and serve your audience. Don't just cover things that you want to talk about. Cover things that other people want you to talk about because that's why they're there, right? That's my biggest advice. Check. I like Check. They're consolidating really well right now. Actually, they look like they're about to run again. It looks good. They're on an upward channel. I already did Gsat, but I'm high up on Gsat. I think it's going to touch $6 or $7. I feel really good about it. Millennial stock investor. I'm going to give you some love, my friend. Since I've been supporting since day one, it's only right that I donate. Thanks for the great content. Keep going, brother. I appreciate that, man. And like I said, check out his channel. He's got a really great motivational channel. He knows what he's talking about. I really highly recommend him. RMO. They did just recently have a crossover on the 15 bomb over the 200 EMA. So if you see a beginning of a gap up, it should run. Just looking at the trends in the past, when it has gapped up like this, it does run for quite a while. So it could be a really nice swing or a midterm hold just based on the charts right now. It looks pretty good. STPK. Ooh, that looks pretty dirty. It looks like it's beginning a correction. And if it holds at this 31% level, if you see consolidation here for another day, I think it'd be a good entry point. But if it breaks, watch for like 28.74. That's where we got a couple levels of support. Oh, okay. Yeah, the trading was halted at that gap. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. The same thing happened with Acrx a couple days back. They halted the price action. I hate seeing that. It's definitely brutal. CLWD, this is going to be a couple week hold for me. I want to watch the price action. I do have a position in CLWD. I'm down right now, but I'm not sweating it. I think they're going to continue to grow. They're definitely macroscopically bullish. It's only right that when you grow over 1,000% in a week that you get back 40% of it. I'm not sweating yet. Jagex and Hyliion going to go off. I agree, my friend, for sure, for sure. NSPR. What I don't like to see is these really long wicks on the top of the candles. That indicates to me weak buying pressure. They look like they might start to bleed a little bit. The volume is pretty consistent, though, so that's good. I don't know anything about the company, to be completely honest with you. They're still in macroscopically bullish territory, but it does look like they're beginning to bleed a little bit. I'd watch for a hold. It does look like we're in a wedge formation right now. And if we break below this trend line in the next trading day, and that's going to be right around 58 cents, it's probably gonna rip down pretty bad. But if it breaks above, it should be pretty nice. So just watch for that. Did you tell family and friends to sub Trey? How do people find you at first? I don't know, to be honest. The YouTube algorithm, man, it's a mystery. To be real with you, what I did is I just tried to promote my page as much as I could. So when I made a video, I would take the link and I'd copy and paste it into StockTwits. And don't be discouraged, because you are going to have people in StockTwits that say, oh, we got the next bro that thinks he knows everything about stocks. If you pay attention to the one negative comment over the 99 positive, YouTube is just going to kill you. So I recommend like getting people to sub to your channel, like family, friends, like you're saying, and then also just promoting your stuff. So if you can put your videos on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, StockTwits, the more people that see it, the faster this is going to happen. So that's my suggestion. SCPS. I don't like the price action. It's pretty flat. There's not a lot of volume going in here. It's been oversold for a while. It does look like it's beginning to do something, but I just want to see a little more price action before I give you an answer. Hey, appreciate that, Ernest. Thank you. You're the man. Mara. As long as crypto runs, Mara will continue to run. They're currently in a pretty nice bullish flag right now. If you see a break below this level right here, it's probably going to bleed. But if you see a push above this top trend line, like $25.50, it should keep moving. I'm going to get to Tim Raymond, since he dropped $5 for me. Man, it's great. What is your opinion on check? I just bought it. I know I wait for the news catalyst, but besides that, great content. I love it, man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your donation. You're the man. Seriously. I typed your name. Tim, are you a ticker symbol? That's gold. Oh, whatever. My bad. Check does not look bad. I mentioned this earlier, but I do think they're going to run. They look good. They're breaking out of this consolidation channel, and it's looking pretty nice. So what we're going to be watching for is, if we just draw a quick retracement from the base here, if you get a push above $2.06, it should run. I have high sentiment. I'm bullish on check. Oh, stick. That's cool, man. For sure, for sure. You used to live on MacArthur in 22nd. Heck yeah. TRXC I covered a little bit earlier. CLWD. Apple is what it is, my friend. Apple will always be a powerhouse. It's the leader of the phone company. Don't pay attention to the day-to-day stuff. If you buy Apple at $126, 2 or 3 years from now, you're going to be up 30, 40, 50%. DRIV. Wow. That's clean. This looks like another growth stock, man. It looks like it is what it is. If it looks like a lemon, it tastes like a lemon, it's probably a lemon. It's bullish. It looks like it's just going to continue to grow. Volume is very consistent. It's actually been up a little bit recently. I think if you buy in, you're going to be safe. Do you know what's up with Fuel Cell? I am high up on Fuel Cell. We are actually expecting their financial statements coming up here, I think on the 21st. And I will be covering a video on that when it comes out. But I think Fuel Cell is a great hold for all of 2021. They're a hydrogen-based clean energy company, so they're a little bit different than Clean Energy and Plug. I think those both work with electricity. But I'm high up on Fuel Cell. I have a position right now. At one point, I was up 80%. I didn't sell, and I'm not going to. I think it's going to be a $25 to $30 stock pretty easily. SCPK is going to be huge. Mark my word. I'll take your word for it, man. Oh, yeah, right. I had to pull it up on... Oh, I just typed it wrong. SCPK. It looks good. Yeah, I feel good about it. I feel good about how it looks. Massive blue chip customers. That's what you're looking for. What kind of bike you riding? It is a Specialized. I got that bike just to do some cardio. I've got one of those stationary things where you can put the bike down, and I just pedal for like an hour every morning just to get some sweat rolling. I covered SPCE. I covered... actually, I don't think I covered TRXC. My bad. Oh, I did cover it, but it looks good. I think a good entry point is $1.94. It looks bullish. We still have a crossover between the 15 bomb and 200 EMA. It's bullish territory. I appreciate that, Tommy. Any prediction on MBIS for the week? I'll cover Pola too. MBIS, I think in the next 5 to 10 days is going to break $10. They are heating up. The last time we saw a run and they gapped up on the 15 bomb over the 200 EMA, it ran for like a week. And we just saw the same thing happen now. So I think it is going to run. I expect a retest of 810 and then a retest of 975. And if we can hold above $10, it'll hold above $10. I feel good about it. Pola, you're welcome. Oh, Polar Power. It looks pretty clean. And honestly, it doesn't look like a bad entry point. It looks like it's corrected pretty well. Actually, yeah, I think if you can get in around 1050, you'll do pretty well with Pola, but it looks nice. The volume is insane. I'm assuming there was some sort of recent news catalyst, but that looks filthy. That looks really nice. And I like the entry point. The risk isn't super high. Thank you. Appreciate the advice. No worries, Tommy. I appreciate you watching. DRIV. Looks like another growth stock, man. It's just been running. It's very slow growth, but it has been growing. So if you're looking for something that you don't have to check every day, this looks like a good stock. Very consistent volume. RSI is very consistent. You're not seeing huge dips and rips. Looks clean. ENPH. It looks like it's going to be starting a bearish run, to be honest with you. We've got the 15 VAMA about to cross underneath the 200 EMA. It's been bleeding. So you're going to watch for a hold here. Like if this drops below, it's probably going to bleed for a while. Fuel cell is a long term for me, at least a year. B, hello. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Neo is absolutely beautiful. Neo is going to be a $100 stock at the end of the year. I am willing to bet. If I had a position in Neo, I'd bet my position on Neo on it, but I don't. They're beautiful. I think they're going to do great. Don't mind the dips here. Anytime you see a dip where it's oversold territory, like we're underneath 30 on the RSI, that's an opportunity to average up. This is going to be a company that's always around. From Singapore. Welcome from Singapore. How did I educate myself? That's a good question, Lino. I appreciate that. I watched a lot of Rainer Teo. So he is a great technical analysis education channel. And honestly, I just took a month and for 2 hours a day, I would study. I'd rewatch his videos 2, 3, 4 times and just make sure that I understand the very basics of technical analysis. Because honestly, 90% of technical analysis is understanding the basics. And the other 10% is all this fancy crap that nobody actually uses, right? So you can get away with literally just 3 basic tools and understanding candlesticks and you're going to make money. I will cover Inovio. I don't know what the ticker on that is, though. So you're going to have to drop the ticker. JagX is a good hold for probably about a month. Crypto, ETH. As long as crypto does well, ETH will continue to do well, man. It's pretty consistent growth. It looks nice. The RSI is never ripping and dipping. The volume is consistent. It's been growing. I think if you get in, you're going to be totally fine. I'd watch if it's possible for a pullback to, we'll drop a Fibonacci quick. A pullback to about 2250. I think I'll treat you really nice. OBSV, everyone's talking about this stock right now. It looks disgusting. I think it's going to continue to run. I've seen some recent news on this, and I think it should do pretty well. Just be very cautious because this is a riskier investment, right? We do expect it to run, but if something goes wrong, it is gonna dip really bad. So if we break below this retracement at 386, the next level I'm probably gonna expect is a support. We have a couple candle wicks touching at about 355. I think that's probably your best safe entry point, but just be careful. ENPH. Yeah, I covered that. It looks a little bearish right now. Mbis. Sexy. I love Mbis. And it's finally doing what we all knew it would do. It's about to run. I think we're going to retest 975 this week. NAC. Oh, that is a sexy chart. That is like a picture perfect bullish flag, guys. That is so nice. If there's any sort of news that we're expecting in the future, this is going to be absolutely filthy. That looks really nice, guys. NAC is good. And if we draw a retracement really quick from this run up, let's do it right now. We're going to draw it from the base down here. I think that's going to change things a little bit. Yeah, sure as it gets. It's holding up really well. I think this is a great entry point. I think you're going to do really well getting in at this point. Look for an entry around 51 cents. All right, I'm going to scroll to the fresh messages. I am using Fidelity Pro. It is a free program. You can use that. Webull is also a great free program. They have, I've got a link to Webull in the description where you can get some free stocks if you're interested. Tell I covered, but I'll touch on it one more time. Actually, I didn't cover this. This is going to be a video in the future. I'm sorry. I thought I did. But this is on my radar. I will have a video out on this later, so watch for that. But it does look bullish. It's forming a bullish flag. Volume is huge. It's an overbought territory. This would be a solid swing. Ship. Ship is not scaring me yet. It's consolidating. I think it's getting ready for the next leg up. We're looking for... Let me just change this trend line. We're looking to continue this upward channel. So if we zoom this out a little bit, we are fighting between an upward channel and a downward channel. So if you see tomorrow, the bottom of this candlestick, you know, the bottom out at about 82 cents, and we break through this top downward channel, you're going to do pretty good. Okay, I didn't know that about NAC. Now I know. That's good. That's good. How often do I do these live reviews? I try to do them at least twice a week. And I've actually got I'm excited for this, guys. On Thursday or Friday this week, I'm going to start a new series. I'm going to keep the details on the DL, but this is going to be huge. I'm going to be connecting with another channel, and we're going to have about an hour live stream. You guys are going to love this. It's going to be really fun. I'll give you an update in the future, but I'm going to keep it on the DL for now. SGBX. It looks filthy, man. That looks nice. That's growing. A good entry point, if you can get in around 675, I think you'll do pretty well. IBIO. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That looks real good. I bet you money that it's retraced, too. We draw it from down here. Oh, yeah. You're at a really solid entry point right now with IBO. And it looks like it's going to continue to run. This is a consolidation phase. That favors bulls. Bio, I'm still holding. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think this is a good month hold. I'd hold this for about a month. It broke beneath the bullish flag. So if it breaks below 80 cents, I'd be a little more concerned because then the next level of price action is at 73. But if we can hold above 80 cents, I'll feel pretty good. I'll continue to hold. No problem, man. I'm glad I could help out. I know. Thank you. I did not know the ticker. It looks like it's about to begin another run. We have the crossover on the 15 VOM over the 200 EMA, breaking out of the macroscopic bearish run we've been on. So that looks nice, but keep in mind that it has been bearish for about a month now. So just tread cautiously. The volume is up compared to usual, which should drive volatility. It is overbought. Historically speaking, when it is overbought, it's corrected to oversold, though. So just be cautious based on that trend. There's a lot of volatility here, so there's risk. Hello from Romania. Welcome. I will be leaving this up on the channel. I always keep my live streams up. I will post it afterwards. Thanks for the question, Coco. PTE, I think, is another stock that is going to continue to do well. They're a biotech company. They presented the H.C. Wainwright conference last week, and I think they will continue to run. We got a triple bottom out here. 1, 2, 3. We got the George W. We had a nice spike here. I think this is going to be a good stock for the next month or two. I can see it touching and holding above $2 in the future. Can I rewatch later? You sure can. For sure. SGBX deals with shipping. Okay, that's good to know. I did not know that. That's not the thing is there's thousands of stocks on the market, and I just can't keep up with all of them. There's no way. But it looks so clean. And a shipping stock like that, you know that they're going to continue to have a stream of revenue. So it should continue to run. It looks good. It looks pretty safe. BSRC. That looks filthy. That looks really, really nice. It looks like if you can get in around 12 cents, you'll do pretty well. I don't know for sure if it's done correcting yet. It looks like it is, but if you see a break below 14 cents, it's probably going to test 12. So we'll just watch for 14 cents. If you see a break through that, I think 12 cents is a better entry. Voxel. Looks like it's forming a bullish flag. Volume is increasing. It is an overbought territory. If you're looking to day or swing trade this, it's a good opportunity. But if you're looking to mid to long term hold this, I'd wait for a pullback. Personally, it's a pretty volatile stock, so I do expect a pullback. But it looks like it's going to continue to run. If you're going to take a risk anyways and send it, it does look like there's a pretty solid level of support at 211. We're hovering right below 219. So if you see us dip down to 211, it looks like a better entry. Let's take a look at FRSX. I covered this earlier, but I love FRSX. This is going to be a stock I buy into on Tuesday, and I don't care what price I get it at. I'm holding this for years because I think this is going to be a $50, $60, $70 stock 2 years from now. They are absolutely crushing. They're such a good company, and people are just starting to pick up on them, so I think it's going to be huge. If you're looking for a good entry point for a swing, mid, whatever you want to look at, we are holding pretty well right now at 794. I think 670, 662 is probably better. Novon. You'll have to drop the ticker on that. I'm not sure what it is. Aero. They're a hair below. They're a little bit bearish right now overall, macroscopically. It's very volatile. This looks like a good stock to swing trade. So you can capitalize on the upward movements and the downward movements. And a way you could do this is anytime that this 15 VAMA crosses underneath the 200 EMA, short the stock. Anytime it crosses over, long the stock. Fubo. Fubo is nice. This is a stock that is a hold for sure. If you have a position in Fubo and you're a bag holder, you got in on the run up, don't sweat. Just average down because it is going to continue to do what it does. This is a huge streaming service, and this is only going to get better through time. This looks like a solid entry point too. If we draw a retracement from their first run up, they've corrected pretty bad, but if we draw it from here, it looks like 32.29 is pretty solid. So we're underneath that right now. I think if you buy in, you're fine. Check my IG. I will. One sec. I'm doing it for Moose. Okay. I appreciate that, man. You're the man. So Moose says, what's up, Trey? Been enjoying your YouTube videos and wanted to reach out and thank you for the motivation to begin my own investment channel. I had AVGR, FRSX, and CPSH before your videos posted today, and will definitely give you and Chris Sane a shout out. Hey, you're the man. I really appreciate that. That's what's up. I appreciate that a lot. AG. They're bearish right now. They've got the cross under on the 15 VAMA underneath the 200 EMA. So tread lightly. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I don't know what I was about to put my headset on for. I can't hear you guys. Oh, man. Yeah, but just be careful with AG. They're looking bearish right now. The volume's pretty consistent. And looking at this, It looks like they're just price correcting, so watch for a bottom out. We haven't seen it yet. SRNE and BB. I think I covered SRNE earlier, but I'll double check. Yeah. I'd watch for a price correction. I'm a little nervous about this. This isn't my typical trade. I don't like to buy near the top, and this is at an all-time high right now. I just watch for a day or two of price action. I think a pullback, historically speaking, I think it's likely we see a pullback to about 820. BB. It looks good. It looks good. I like that. The volume is up. I don't know what the oh, this is BlackBerry. Duh. Yeah, I remember. They're actually gonna have they're gonna have a new phone coming out. They're getting back in the phone game. And if that goes well, it could be a good company. So it's holding up. I'd watch for a retest of 923. That seems like a pretty solid entry. No problem, B. SRPT. ARK just put in 1 mil shares. That's all you gotta say, my friend. If you want me, if you want me to feel good about a stock, that's the way. That's confusing. Oh, that's disgusting. What happened here? Oopta. I mean, it looks like if you buy in, it's not going to get any lower at least. If ARK got into that, though, I'd feel good about it. They're usually pretty spot on, but the charts are ugly. What's up, Yam? Thanks for saying hi, my friend. I appreciate you watching. Shoot, I know I'm missing people. I really apologize. I try to keep up to date. That way I'm not just reading old stuff and everyone's confused. So I'm going to scroll to the newest things. Larry Fitzpatrick, what's up, my friend? This time we didn't hear the tinkle. Oh, man. Oh, God. I didn't realize you guys could hear that before. Good morning, LT. I appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you. Can you look at HTBX? HTBX looks pretty nice. We had a crossover on the 15 VOM over the 200 EMA. It looks like it is starting a nice upward channel right now. Just take a peek. It doesn't look super risky, I'm going to be honest. It looks pretty clean. I'm wondering how the retracement goes from here to the peak here. Yeah, if you can get in at 634, I think you're going to do well. You guys are funny. SRNE I covered earlier. JagX I'm high up on. I'll just cover SRNE and JagX again really quick. But SRNE, watch for a retracement to 820. I think that's a good entry point. JagX, I think you are going to make a lot of money if you hold this for a month. $6, $7. And if you can buy in around $3.10, $2.99, you're going to do well. I like Pola. Pola looks good. Thanks for asking, Amanda. I covered that earlier, but Pola looks pretty filthy. I think buying in at 1150 is going to treat you extremely, extremely well. CBBT. They're on a run. God, I wish CLWD looked like this chart. I got into CLWD, and it's just tanking. I'm still bullish CLWD, but CBBT looks like a much cleaner chart. And this looks so nice. Maybe this is what CLWD will do. They had a couple-day correction here, and they kept running. Let's all cross our fingers, huh? But CBBT looks nice. It's definitely running right now. The volume is pretty consistent. The RSI indicator isn't doing anything crazy. It looks like a solid opportunity. If you're looking for a buying opportunity, get in around 10.5 cents. Novin, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the ticker. That does help. It looks pretty good. We are in a bullish flag formation right now. The volume is up. It is overbought. This will likely attract other investors chasing hype, which is good. And it is at a good buying spot right now. So if we draw up a retracement really quick. Yeah, that looks good. If you can get in between $1.15 and $1.20, I think you'll make some money. Is MBIS a hold? Big time hold. MBIS is something you should hold literally forever. I love MBIS. This is literally half my portfolio, and for good reason. They're in rumors of a buyout with a couple of different companies. And just to walk you through this, what would happen? If Microsoft is buying out Microvision, just as an example, right? And they buy them out for $10 billion. Shareholders will be paid a multiple of every single $1 billion in acquisition times $7 per share. So if Microvision's bought out for $10 billion, that's $70 per share, and you make such a filthy return. And guys, it can honestly be more than that. Like if you want to lowball it, you're looking at 35 a share. Of course, I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is speculative. This is just rumors. But if their automotive LiDAR presentation in April goes well, I see this is very likely. I did see that Zome had week news. I'm actually going to be covering that in a video. I covered it earlier in the live stream, but it's a letter to shareholders saying that they've got enough money to enough revenue to generate what they need to do for the company up until 2023. Zome is huge. I'm holding Zome. Big rocket, Jagex. Big thanks. I appreciate that, Burning Star. Let's get it. And NCNA. Dang. That's nice. That looks really good. What I like to see is that we ran up and it didn't correct that bad. It corrected for a day and it's running again. That is filthy. If you see a push above 780, it's gonna get nasty. I think if you can get in around 660, if you see a dip, that's gonna be a good buying opportunity. What is up, everybody? Bird up. You bet, sir. Or Sergeant, whichever. What would you advise for those who want to learn how to read a chart? Where to start? Well, that's a good question, Mert. I have actually just recently started a series, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how I read charts on a very simple basis, right? I use the 90% that you need. So like the EMA, the VAMA, or you can use the VWAP or the MA, the RSI, and I walk through exactly how to predict breakouts in one of my latest videos. So if you're interested in that, check it out on the channel, and I will put up more in the future. You. They're growing. They did just recently cross under the 200 EMA with the VAMA. So it might do a little bit more correcting, but it might float. I'd watch for a couple more days of price action. If you see the VAMA cross back over the 200 EMA, it'll continue to run. Let's go! I covered CBBT and Gaxi. What do you think is a good entry point for Zome? Anything under $1. For sure. Honestly, guys, Zome is going to rock it on Tuesday. And I hate saying that because I know people always rip on the Robinhood bros for dropping the rocket. I think it's cool. I like the rocket. But, I think anything under $1, you're going to be seeing a retest of $1.48 tomorrow, especially with that letter to shareholders. That is going to be a huge freaking catalyst. And honestly, Zome is a hold all day long. I have a position in Zome and I'm not selling it. I was up $2,000 on this at one point. And I didn't even touch it. In fact, I might add to my position. I love it. Is Pola going to consolidate? It's likely. Usually when you see a hard rip like that, unless there's another news catalyst, it does consolidate, right? And we are up a lot. So honestly, you're going to be looking for consolidation. That's going to be healthy for the charts. That's going to give more confirmation to buyers that Pola is a good buy. But if it does rip, it'll be because we broke above... probably about $12.91, $13. So watch for that. Let's eat. Got it at 11.52. What'd you buy into, Amanda? You're gonna have to drop the ticker. I apologize. I can't remember. Any DD on CBBT? I haven't covered DD on CBBT, but I can definitely do that in the future. I don't know what they do as a company. I know they're a biotech company, and the biotech sector is hot. So just taking what I know about where the money is right now, odds are if you put your money into a biotech or pharmaceutical company, you're going to make money this month. PLTR. They're bleeding a little bit, but I don't feel terrible about it yet. This presents itself probably best as swing trading at the moment, just based on the charts. They are macroscopically bullish, but it might take a while to see it continue to run. I think for now, this is a good swing trade opportunity and not necessarily a hold, unless you have patience. ARTL. It looks pretty dirty. I'm wondering how it retraces. Yeah, it's holding really nice. If you see a hold at 93 cents, that'd be a good entry point. It looks pretty bullish. Clean Spark, I love. I covered that earlier, but I'll just touch on it really quick. This is always going to be a big player. If you get into Clean Spark, you're going to make money. AVGR, I just put a... I actually will have a video out on this later. It's recorded, I just haven't posted it yet. Mbis is going to treat you really well, and so will Hyliion. I am high up on both of these stocks. Yeah, I like them both. I like Mbis better, but I think both will treat you nice. I'll cover Gaxi one more time. We'll have to change it to a 5-day because of that weird spike, but... Gaxi recently crossed over the 200 EMA with the VAMA, so that is a bullish sign. That should be nice. I think a good entry point is going to be at 2.5 cents if you can get in there. Keep up the perfect content. I appreciate that. I'm on the fence about Zome. Any key catalyst? We do have a catalyst coming out. They issued a shareholder letter stating that they have enough revenue to continue operations until 2023. That should be filthy. If I could marry Mbis, I would. Me too. I love my Mbis. I'm not going to cheat on my girlfriend. I love her to death. But Mbis, if I had a side chick, it'd be Mbis. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, that's bad. Whatever. CPSH. Thank you, Moose. Everybody check out Moose's channel if you're interested. He did just start it up. Show him some love. I don't like gap ups like this. That's I think, I just don't know. I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction, but I think it's likely we see us fill that price action eventually. Based on the retracement, it is holding well at that 23% level. But just tread carefully, because anytime I see a gap in price action, that usually means it's eventually going to get filled. Acrx, definitely. Another pharma company. Man, I'm telling you, you could just flip a coin and pick a pharma company, and odds are you're going to make money this month. But it looks good. It looks like it's starting a next leg up. If we retrace from the last base, it is probably going to retest $2. And that would be a good entry point. But it is bullish. It is continuing a bullish run. I think $2 is going to treat you really well if you get into that. Correct, Samuel. So what the Fibonacci does is it shows you retracement. So based on how much growth you had, right? So this is 100%, right? If you come up to 0, which is the height of the growth, this tells you how much you're giving back. So from here at 238, you're giving back 23% at 214. And this just, I mean, other traders use this, and that's probably why it's a level of support or resistance, but it's just better at indicating possible levels of support and resistance. Like, if you want to use candlesticks, this is always going to treat you well. So, like, you can see that this is a level of support right here, right? It's holding really well above 205. But you can also see the $2, which is going to guarantee be a level of support, is going to be a retracement level. So that's why I use it. Neo, love Neo. $100 stock at the end of the year. I don't have a position, but don't worry about these dips. If anything, just position, you can improve your position on the dips. It will probably bleed for a little while. Since Neo Day did end, the VAMA did cross underneath the 200 EMA. So it might have a couple rough days, but don't sweat it. This is really microscopic. Grub. Yeah, it's Trueforma. Trueforma is their system they're working on. It's a system that's going to be working on regulating thyroid and shoot, I should remember this off the top of my head. It was a gland, but I know thyroid for sure, so I'm just going to say that. But it'll work with the thyroid of dogs and cats. So it's a huge system. It's a very niche market that nobody else is capitalizing on. Grub, this is a COVID play for sure. And to be completely blunt, I think this is one that'll probably suffer a little bit from the country reopening. They're looking really bearish. I don't see a reversal yet. I think it's going to bleed for a little while. So be careful here. Carol Baskin. We don't mind a little bit of luck, right? Everything in the stock market is unpredictable. Nobody could have guessed. You couldn't find me one person that guessed Carol Baskin would have put out a piece on Zome. I would have never guessed that. What is up, Trey? Keep up the perfect content. Appreciate that, my friend. You're the man. I'll keep doing what I do. NDRA. We'll go for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll probably call it. I don't know what these guys do. I'm assuming there's some sort of biotech or pharmaceutical company just based on the title. But it's got very consistent volume. The RSI indicator is not, super volatile. It is still in bullish territory. We had the crossover on the 15 VOM over the 200 EMA here. That candle wick is very indicative too. So this $1.25 is going to be a huge level of resistance in the future. Just based on if we draw a retracement, I'll try and get you an idea of where a good entry is. It looks like $1.03 is probably the most likely. We might hold it at $1.07, but it might not. So watch between $1.03 and $1.07. I think that'll treat you well. We do have a solid candle wick support level right around here. This has acted as resistance in the past as well as support at $1.05. So anywhere between $1.03 and $1.07 will treat you good. Justin, I'm just going to cover one of those just so I can get to everybody else, but I'll cover Mbrx. Beautiful. That looks nice. It's consolidating right now, which is a slightly favoring bulls, buyers. The longer a stock consolidates, the less risk is involved, the more likely we are to see people step in, forming a bullish flag. Looks really good. Volume is staying consistent. We have dropped a little bit from this huge rip right here, but you're not seeing a lot of green bars, which I think means people are still holding. It looks good. I think it's a good buying opportunity. AMC. Looks like we're seeing a reversal. I actually like that a lot. I'm going to write this down. AMC. I'm really glad you brought that up. That looks super nice. Dang. I'm going to do a little more research on them. I don't know what they do. Entertainment Holdings. But the chart looks like it's about to have a gnarly reversal if that comes to fruition. Of course, last time it didn't. Last time it did tank again. But if you continue to see this upward move and a push above 255, I think it'll be pretty filthy. It looks good. NDRA. I might have covered this. I don't remember for sure. Yeah. It looks like it's holding pretty well. Gaxi. I covered Gaxi once before, actually a couple times, but I'll just touch it one more time. If you can get in around 2.5 cents, I think it'll treat you well. It is slightly favoring bulls right now. We just recently had the crossover on 15 VOM over 200 EMA. So it looks like it might be going to run. I just like to see a little more buying pressure. We're not seeing it yet. Yeah, Samuel, I totally hear what you're saying, right? So with inauguration, guys, anytime there's uncertainty in the market, that usually favors bears. It's likely that you're going to see some people pull out of stocks. And if anything, that's an opportunity for you to short. So when you wake up in the morning, watch the pre-market action. And if the pre-market action is bearish, you're seeing a lot of selling pressure, just take that data to short stocks. Don't pay attention to your mid or long-term holds. Maybe you can mid or long-term, your mid or long-term holds you can short for the day and then cover later. But it's probably going to be a red day. Where should you buy Mbis? Good morning from Atlanta. That's a hell of a reach. Thanks for joining us. Mbis, I think a good entry. This stock is very volatile, guys. This is a short attack stock like nobody's business, which is why I'm really excited, because when this thing rips and shorts have to cover, it is going to get squeezed so hard. It's going to be filthy. I'm going to be literally jumping up and down, going nuts. But this stock can go up or down $1 on any given day in either direction. You see it here, right? So we opened at 659, went all the way up to 750 something, came back down to 650. I think if you can get into the stock between, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to touch 628, but if it does, that's a huge buy. Likely, I think it's 650. If you can get it at 650, I think you'll do well. I'll take a look at BDRBF. Looks pretty clean. I'm going to change it to a 1 month quick. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's growing pretty nice. A good entry point, if you see it dip back down to 45 cents, if not 45.5 cents, I think it'll do pretty well. Just be careful because it has not corrected yet. It has been in overbought territory for a while with no major corrections, so just be cautious. Do you think protests on Wednesday could affect the market? James, great question. I do think they will. Anytime that there is political unrest or uncertainty, like think about the riots that happened in DC, right? When people were storming Capitol Hill. And I'm going to keep this apolitical. I'm just going to say it how it affected the market. When that happened, you could see it on every single chart in the market. It just tanked. Anytime that there's uncertainty or political issues, it does affect the market, and it'd probably be a good opportunity to short if you're looking for anything in that way. I'm going to get another Diet Coke real quick, and I'll be back when we'll do another 10 minutes. Guys, this is my last one. Man, I got to go grocery shopping. That's no good. What do you do? All right. Gsat to Zome. I think either one is going to treat you well, but at the end of the day, a share is a share, right? And you can get more shares of Zome for cheaper than you can Gsat. I have a video out on this, but it's actually really interesting. So I'm going to bring this up right now just to show you. If we pull up Zome stock on Market Watch and check them out real quick, their overall market cap is $550 million, and they're trading at 97 cents. Now, if we pull up Gsat, their market cap is smaller. Their market cap is $426 million, trading at 336. So either Gsat is extremely overvalued or Zome is extremely undervalued. I think the upside with Zome is insanely high. Like I've got, I think just shy of $4,000 or just over $4,000 in them. Yeah, 4,339. I think the upside is insanely high. Have a good day. Thank you, Jaden. I appreciate that. What is up, everybody? Be on the lookout for Coinbase IPO. It'll be huge. I'll keep that on my radar, man. I'll write that down. IDEX. IDEX, I mark my words. This is going to be a $10 stock at the end of 2021, if not 2022. This is going to be a huge company. They're very similar to Mbis and VLDR, not in the sense of what they do, but in the sense of they allow these big companies to do what they do. They sell a pickaxe, you know what I mean? So this historically has a pump and dump history, but I do see them continuing to grow, and they have, right? So they were $1.77 a month ago, currently trading at 311 and holding very well. I think they're going to continue to grow. TLRY. Tilray. Oh my God. That's disgusting. Man. Oh, Jesus. If you got in on this, dude, congrats. That's nice. That's good stuff, Jerry. I'm not going to buy in at this moment, but it looks like it's going to keep running. You're seeing a little bit of correction, but that's not bad. It's likely to see consolidation. It looks like the beginning of a bullish flag. Dab. Money. Have a good day, Trey. Thank you, Jaden. I appreciate that. ATNF. Recent crossover on the 15 VAMA. Historically speaking, it's down. It looks like it could be the beginning of a run, though. So watch for a push above. I'd say this is probably going to be the first level of resistance at 354. If you see a test of 354, I think it'll rip. RSI is pretty neutral, so it's not super volatile, which is nice. Time. I covered time a little bit earlier. I'm assuming that you just joined us, so I'll recover it one more time. But I think if you can get in at about $2.05, it'll do pretty well. It is bullish. There's a little bit of risk involved, but it is consolidating, so I like that. That's confirmation to buyers. It looks pretty good. CCIV has the rumor of merger with Lucid. And if that does end up happening, this stock will be filthy. If it doesn't end up happening, it's going to tank pretty bad. So just be very cautious and tread lightly. The floor here is $10. That's the upside. So if you buy it at 18 bucks, it's not going to go underneath $10. And if it does, it won't be for very long. Oh, it's a movie theater chain. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. Well, they should continue to grow. Actually, that's a really good point. AMC looks good because movie theaters are just starting to reopen. Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's huge. Yeah, this could be good. AMC seems like a really, really solid quarantine play. As the country continues to reopen, this is going to be nasty. I'm going to cover the Ernest Farrell's question here. Thank you for the donation, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the knowledge, brother. Keep it up. I'm new to the game and love it. You're the man. I really do appreciate when you guys do that for me. You don't have to do that. I'm completely content doing this for free, and it really does mean a lot when you support me in that way. You guys all rock. Can I further understand what are the length of top and bottom wicks indicative of? Does it show some form of buying, selling pressure? Oh, man. Great question. I love that you asked that. That's sick. So let's go over here to Mbis. This is the perfect example. I got to clean up my charts. I spend way too much time on this stock. But let's just take a look at these parts right here, right? You can see here that we have we've got these long wicks on the top of the green candles, right? Like this one is a great example right here. I'm going to circle this just so you can see it really well. This candle indicates to you very weak buying pressure. And you know that because the wick tells you exactly what's happening. So we opened here at about 659 and closed at 660 or so, right? I suppose it tells me right here. Opened at 654, closed at 671. But buyers tried to push the price all the way up to $8.10. And what that indicates is sellers or shorts push the stock price all the way back down to a close at 671. And that indicates weak buying pressure. And this usually means, I mean, we saw it happen here. It did run up, right? But we see these wicks on top of the candles indicating that sellers were trying to push the price back down. And that did come to fruition. So that's usually a way that you can predict whether or not a run is going to be sustainable. Or on the flip side, if we saw these green wicks on the bottom of the candle, right, and we see the bar close as high as it ever was on that time frame, that indicates very strong buying pressure and weak selling pressure, which means that the likelihood of it correcting is not very high. So that's why that's what's good about candle wicks. TWTR, Twitter's tanking right now. That's nasty. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look like it's reached the bottom yet. If you have a position in this stock, I do think it's a good hold. I mean, Twitter's always going to be around. They are what they are, but it doesn't look like it bottomed out yet. So if you're looking to improve your position, I'd just wait until you see some consolidation. They're being oversold, though, and they have been oversold for a while. Okay. I covered IDX. I'll look at TLRY real quick. Ooh, I think I covered this a second ago, but that's just as filthy as I remember. Looks nice. Am I looking at YouTube chat? Yeah, I am, Stin. I try to cover the chats that are up here. It's tough to keep up with everybody. The comments do come in pretty fast. HYSR. Hydrogen. They look pretty clean. I don't mind that. It looks like it might continue correcting for a little while. So tread lightly. This 17-cent mark looks pretty solid, though. That's a good retracement. We've got a double rejection there. So if it doesn't hold up at 21 cents, I think 17 cents is a likely place where we'll end up next, and that's a good buying zone. Nano Dimensions, that's a set it and forget it stock, man. This stock will pay you 5-10x in a couple of years. If you buy in at $10, I would not be surprised to see this as a $100 company end of 2022. No problem, my friend. ADMP. Any pharmaceutical company you get into right now is almost guaranteed to make you money. That's where the money's going. But if we just look at some retracements based on this last leg up, it is holding at 76 cents. If it breaks below that, I would watch for 71 cents or so. But it is holding up really well here, so it doesn't look bad. ADA, it is a crypto that is going up pretty fast. I don't know if I should put my money into it. Wanting more input. I don't have it on my brokerage account. Let's take a look. I'm not seeing the charts right now, but what I will tell you is just tread lightly. As long as crypto does well, this company will continue to do well. All crypto mining companies or crypto related companies are going to benefit from crypto's run, but you're investing in an idea that's not necessarily going to happen yet. It's not quite proven, so just tread cautiously. Sundial, this is a hype stock. It is bullish right now, and this does look like a good buy zone. I don't know if this is a hold per se, but it does look like a solid swing or maybe mid. If we retrace it and take a quick peek, it's holding up really well at 64.9 cents. That looks like a good buy right now. How many different stocks do you think is good to have? Mike, great question. Some people say that you should really diversify your portfolio, and it really depends on your strategy. So if you're looking for really slow growth where you don't have to sweat about the day-to-day drops, it's great to diversify your portfolio, right? You can put your money into 30, 40 stocks, and you're almost guaranteed, as long as you pick good companies, to see maybe a 0.5% or 1% or 2% a week, right? But if you're looking for a riskier investment and you want to see fast growth, I think it's good to have between 5 to 10 stocks and really just hone in on the ones that you really like. Like, I honestly have more than I'd like to right now. I like to hold between 5 to 7 because then when you hit the runners, you can really capitalize on them. You just need to have good conviction and make sure you do good due diligence so that the companies you're in will pay off, right? There's always risk involved, but that's my strategy. Yayo. I can't cover Yayo. Ooh, Jesus Christ. That's nasty. I wouldn't buy in right now, but that looks nasty. I'll tell you that. We formed a nice cup and handle. It panned out pretty much picture perfect. The 4 Ps. Onomatopoeia. Yeah, it looks nice. I'd watch for a pullback, though. I think a pullback is likely. Where will the pullback be? We don't really have any price action yet, but based on trends, it looks like it's possible around $1.03. I would wait for a pullback. I wouldn't buy it. If you're holding, you're doing great. Jagx to the moon? Heck yeah. Jagx is good. I think Jagx and Zome are going to be the hot hitters this month. Jagx, I think, is going to mirror BNGO eventually. Just give it time. I appreciate that, Nima. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with it. We started the channel a month ago, and I did not anticipate having 8.5 thousand subs. Whoa, excuse me. My bad. I'm drinking Diet Coke. I remember someone asked me that. I'll probably be sipping on some rum later, but not yet. A lot of these I got in under $1, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, Larry, if you're under $1, you really can't lose. These are just killing. CTRM, I'm still holding. I don't think it's in dangerous territory yet. If we retrace this from this base right here, if we can hold at 33 cents, I think we're going to do okay. If it dips below 32 and then 30, that'd be a little dangerous. At that point, I'll consider exiting. But for me, this is going to be a couple-week hold. I think they're going to continue to grow. I still feel bullish on them, just not as much as I did a couple days ago. Mark. They look good. They look like they're correcting a little bit, which isn't bad. There's just an opportunity to buy. But they're on a growth chart right now. They're growing really nice. They broke below the retracement, so there's no data that I can give you there. But it does look like a good buy. If we draw up a level of support based off the candles, it does look like it's holding up pretty well at 205. So that looks like a good entry. OZSC. Oh, nasty. That looks pretty dirty, man. A true penny stock. There's not a lot of these left these days. It looks like it'll hold here. We've got some different candles. I mean, we saw some pretty heavy selling pressure, but then a little bit of indecision. It could go either way still. Watch for a hold over 3 cents. But it is still macroscopically bullish. Approaching oversold territory. Volume is high. I would expect it to continue running, but it could continue to tank. SOS. Send me out in SOS. Such a good song. SOS LTD. Looks like a good buy zone for sure. It may continue to bleed. If I had to guess, it maybe had a direct offering or something, because that's a pretty steep sell-off. But anytime there's a direct offering, that's a good thing for the company. Just not in the short term. So this does look like a good buy. I think you get treated well with SOS. Looking forward to this week 10 fold. Good stuff, Larry. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going through by 2K on ONTX on Tuesday. Good luck, my friend. ONTX doesn't look bad if I remember right. ONTX looks pretty solid. I think he'll do well. Do I think Sundial is worth buying? Where was that? I already have 200 shares. I've gotten rid of a lot over the last month, but I will buy more if you think I should. Sundial to me is not my particular style. It is bullish on the charts, but this would be a good swing trade, like a midterm hold swing trade. As a company, I mean, they are debt free. They just recently got rid of all of their debt, which is huge. So that could be a big game changer. But I think I'd watch a little more price action. If you're looking at a swing, though, this is a good buy zone for sure. Philly, I sure do. On the Discord or with the Patreon, there is a link in the description box if you're interested. I do give daily updates, actually real-time updates, anytime that I buy, hold, or sell a certain stock. My portfolio price target, MG, good question. Do I use margin? I'm going to answer these guys first, my bad. I do use margin. I try not to use a lot of margin. Margin is risky, right? So anytime you use margin, they charge you interest annually. My brokerage account charges me 8% annually. So they base that off of a 360-day period. If you hold a stock for 10 days, they'll charge you 10 days worth of whatever that 8% would be. So if I take out $10,000 and they assume that I'm going to hold that for 360 days, I would get charged $800, right? So if we divide that by 360, that's $222 a day. I hold that for 10 days. They charge me $22 for holding it over that 10-day period. So it's a great way to leverage your account, but you can also lose twice as much. So just be cautious about where you put your money if you're using margin. MP. They don't look bad. It looks like it's a little bit neutral right now. It's trading sideways, but if they have any sort of positive catalyst like you're talking about, they could be pretty solid. They do have the VAMA hovering right above the 200 EMA. It looks like it's about to push above, so it could be pretty solid. My portfolio price target, guys, I'm actually really excited for this. So once I hit 30K, I'm going to start a new series, and it's going to be called Becoming a Millionaire. And I'm going to track all of the money that I make in my portfolio from YouTube, from Patreon, from affiliate marketing, and I'm going to show you guys every single month how much I'm making until I hit $1 million. That way I can show you that it's possible for literally anybody to do. I was at one point in time $30,000 deep in debt because of some medical situations. I was fortunate to not have to pay for school because the Army covered my schooling, but that was a tough thing to get out of, and I just want to show you guys that anybody can do that. So that is my portfolio price target eventually, is $1 million. Want to invest in penny stocks? What should I buy? Well, it depends on what you're looking for, man. But if you're looking for something safe, FRSX is my first go-to. Mbis, I think, is going to treat you really nicely. Zome. This is going to be a huge stock in 2 months. I think all three of these are going to multiply 4, 5, 6x for sure. JagX probably not 4, 5, maybe 2, 3, but they should all be really good. Zome, I think will be a $4 or $5 stock at the end of March. I would never suggest people go all in on a stock. I do try to diversify a little bit, but I think if you put in 15, 20% and you're comfortable with the fact that you may lose it, it's not likely, but you may, right? You just have to be comfortable losing whatever you put into it. Zam. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, Zome. Yeah, duh. Zome will be nasty. CLW deal will also be nasty. Yeah, right, Trey. It's beer. I wish it was. It's unfortunately not. Later tonight. Hey, I appreciate that, Royal Kush. I'm glad to have you here as a part of the channel. That means a lot to me. Urban One, you're gonna have to drop the ticker on that. I don't know what that is. I'll Google it quick. I'm sorry. I'll do it myself. No worries. Urban One stock. They are UONEK. Ah, I probably got it wrong. Oh, yeah, there we go. UONEK. Okay. They look pretty good. They don't look bad. I'm gonna see how they retrace quick. If you can buy in around $1.50, I think you'll do well. It is bullish. The volume is dying a little bit, but it doesn't look bad. SPCE, I just put a video out on. I like them. I think they're going to do some good things. They just recently had a piece come out, and they had a successful rocket launch. I think that's going to be a huge stock. Justin, average down big time. If you can, that'd be awesome. TMBR at around all-time lows for a while. Yeah, they don't look bad right now. They look like they could run pretty quick here. I think that's a solid stock, yeah. Thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your service. I'm going to be joining your Patreon because I want to be part of the winning crew. Appreciate that, Larry. You're the man. Hey, Chris, thank you so much for the $5 donation. You really rock. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to come down to the most updated comments. I'll cover 3 more, and then I'm going to call it. I was in from 1823. I'm 100% disabled right now at 25 years old. I'm trying to figure out stocks. I'm bored with my life. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. That really... I feel where you're coming from. My, let this be a story to you, okay? So my father was in the Army for 24 years, and he's not 100% disabled. He had his leg blown off. He was in Afghanistan and got hit by a mortar, and, well, it wasn't blown off, but he had really bad nerve damage and had it amputated, right? And that's tough, and he was very fortunate to get a prosthetic leg, but there's only so much you can control in life, man, and I really feel for you, and you have my heartfelt sympathies, but all that you can control is where your current situation is now, right? I really do appreciate your service and what you've done for our country, and, my thoughts are with you, my friend, my brother, but just do your best to make do with what we have. We do have the market, and take that competitive nature that you had with the Army and translate it over to the stock market. So for a little background on myself, I used to be a devout runner. Like, I was a very intense runner. I ran all the time. I could run a marathon in about 2 hours and 24 minutes, which is about 5:30 pace or so per mile. And I had some things pop up, and I had to cut it short. My goal was to qualify for the Olympic trials, and there was a solid 2-week period there where I was really cooking, and when I had to stop, I just didn't know what I was doing with my life, man. And I felt like I lost all purpose. Like, what was even the point of living? And my game changer was getting into the stock market, and I regained that competitive edge. And I feel like I have a purpose in life again, and I feel like I'm winning when I hit it on a stock, and I feel like I'm growing. So my advice to you is to really double down on something that you can feel passionate about and feel like it gives you purpose in life. So I hope that that's helpful for you, man. I know that got really deep, but I really have a lot of sympathy for the military, and you're definitely in my thoughts, my friend. So I really am sorry, dude. I'm sure stocks, I can make way more money. Yeah, the stock market, man, it can capitalize a lot. TGOD. I'm going to cover 2 more after this. I'll probably have to pull it up on Yahoo. Let's take a quick look at them on the charts on Yahoo. Are they recent IPO? Or am I just on a 1-year chart? I'll change it to a 3-month, 1 month. 1 month interval, 15 minutes. It doesn't look bad. They're in an upward channel right now. So if we draw out a trend line, just change this real quick. Oops. We're holding pretty well here, so we're going to look to continue this overall trend. So if we pull the stock up, extend this trend line, you're going to be watching to hold that channel. And then if we draw another channel from here, if we break below this bottom channel, it'll probably begin a bearish run. But we are climbing right now, so it looks pretty clean. There's currently a support line sitting right around here, looking pretty clean. It looks like a pretty decent buy. I'd watch for a little bit of a pullback, maybe to 34.5 cents. Thank you, Royal Kush, for the donation. I really, really appreciate you guys. You all rock. That is so cool. You guys are the bomb. Trey, I got one question. I've been investing with caution. This bullish run has to come to an end sometime soon. What do you think about a stock market correction? Great question, Nima. And I don't want you guys to fear a stock market correction. Okay, so even if it happens, right? There's so many opportunities to make money in the market. You can long stocks just to begin with, or you can short stocks, right? So right now we're in a bullish market. It doesn't make sense to trade against the grain, right? But if the market goes red for a month, right, we're just seeing nothing but sell-offs. That is an opportunity for you to do the exact opposite thing that you were doing before and to short the market, right? So if you know that a stock is going to drop, write it down, cover back, sell your stock and cover. You can have options plays. So you can call puts. You can make call options. There's a million ways to make money in the market, even if it's bearish, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind. I hope that that's helpful for you. XSPA, please. I like that little Bitmoji that you put on that Royal Kush. That's funny. That's sick. Expressa Group Incorporated. They look like they're beginning a run. We've got a crossover here. Looks nice and clean. They're consolidating a little bit right now. I think we have this push above resistance at $1.43. You will likely see a push for $1.45, and that will likely bring us back to $2. Oh yeah, TMBR's cup and handle, man. Oh, that's so dirty. I didn't even notice that when I covered it earlier. That is so dirty. That's filthy, man. That looks good. It's bleeding a little bit right now, but I think it'll pop. All right, I'll cover one more. One more that I haven't covered yet. I covered IBX. It will be in the video. I do have videos out on it too. I covered ATVK. Thank you, man. I'm sorry about your father as well. And I will be joining your Patreon. I just started looking into stocks, but your videos really teach me a lot. So keep a notebook to keep track of everything. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. That's awesome. That means a lot to me. You do have my heartfelt sympathy, my friend. For real. Warn them to stay away and only trade them if they know exactly what they're doing. I like that, James. That's a good idea. For sure. I've thought about it for sure. I really wanted to master the videos that I do now until I got into options and gave those as potential ways to trade. But it is a great way to capitalize and leverage on money. So I will do that in the future. I will cover IPOE. Oh my God, that's so nasty. Look at that. And when I see a chart like this, guys, I just can't help but laugh because that's so filthy. And what I really like is we were extremely oversold and the correction was just a neutral. Jesus, this is a dream stock, man. That looks dirty. It looks like I could pay you really well. I can't believe that was $12. It looks like a good buy, for real. I'm going to look at a retracement quick just to double check. I think if you can get in around 18.25, you'll do pretty well. $10, thank you so much for the donation. You guys all rock, seriously. Seriously. All right. I know that there's a million people that I probably didn't hit, and I really do apologize, but that is what I'm going to cover for the video today. So if you guys have any last minute questions, I'll stick around for another 5 minutes, and we can just talk about whatever you want. Any questions on technical analysis, any sort of questions you have about me, any stories you might have. Oh, I figured it was a SPAC play. Yeah, I suppose I should have guessed that with the Holdings Corporation. It looks pretty filthy, though. That's nice. like I said, I'll stick around for another 5 minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions, thank you, Royal Kush. Man, you donated twice. You really didn't have to do that. You guys seriously rock. That means so much to me. I really, really never guessed that the channel would go the way that it did. You guys are all the bee's knees, for real. How do I know when to call options and put options? That is a good question, Glenn. So, if you think that a stock is going to hit a certain price, right? So like Mbis, I personally have a call option for $10 in June. I think it's going to hit $10. And if that comes to fruition, I can exercise that option at any time, right? Very, very frequently, or not very frequently, do you want to exercise your option and let it run to the expiration date? I can exercise that option at any time. And my game plan is if it touches 12, 13, 14, 15 bucks, you know, anytime between now and June, I'll exercise my option and take my profits. And it's a great way to really leverage your portfolio. And you do the exact opposite with a put, right? So I think that the stock will never drop below this price. You can do that. So for Mbis, I could say I think that it'll stay above $5. And if it stays above $5 up until a certain day, you know, it just depends on where your sentiment is towards a stock. So if you have really strong conviction, right, on a stock, and you think it's going to do a certain thing, and you've done your homework, you've looked at the financials, you've looked at the potential, it'll absolutely crush. That's your way of knowing. So that's a good question. Please send us a preview of YouTube announcing your next live stream. Hey, $10, I definitely will. I'll do that from now on. I really will. And I actually have a huge series that I'm going to be starting. It's going to be a weekly series where we do YouTube live streams, and I will be putting out a notification on that in the next couple days. I'm going to release my first finance video today, and we'll be shouting you and Chris Sane as motivation. I really appreciate that, Moose. That is so sick. I'll check it out, I promise you. I'm only started the trade. Yeah, man, you're going to do great. Just keep surrounding yourself with people that know what they're doing, and you're going to crush. Using your analysis process, I bought Foresight, SPCE, and AVGR before your bids today. You know what you're doing, man. That's what I'm talking about. Teach a man to feed himself, and he'll eat for a good amount of time. That's what I'm all about. Love the videos, man. Thank you, Boomstick. Really appreciate that. Thanks, $10. Maybe if you have time, I'm sure you don't, but maybe you could do something on the options because I'm interested in that. I know that you can make a lot, and I know you can lose a lot. Yeah, I definitely will be covering a video on options, man. I promise you. Do you regularly wire money back to your bank account as a weekly, monthly paycheck? That's a good question, Jay. So I just recently started getting paid on YouTube. So if you're talking about YouTube, I haven't collected a check yet. I'll be completely transparent and show you all the money that I've made so far. It isn't anything crazy or out of the ordinary. It's I've made $893, and I've been monetized for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So that is where I'm sitting right now. As far as my Patreon goes, I'll show you exactly how much I make there. I like to be completely transparent, so I'm never hiding anything from you guys. My Patreon, I'm sitting at a monthly income of $1,800 a month, and that'll pay me once a month. I'll get that straight to my bank account. And then my personal portfolio, I am never going to touch. This is going to be money that I just play with. I've completely come to terms with the fact that I'll never touch this money until I absolutely need it. Maybe if I want to pay off my house, right? Because I've got a 30-year mortgage on a home that I'm moving into in June. But this is money that I'm not going to touch. I just leave it where it is. I'd like to grow this into $1 million portfolio someday. I will tell you to make sure you go to medical for all your issues that arise while you're on active duty. Because if there's no history of it while you were wherein that is, hope you don't get any disability. Hey, I appreciate that, Billy. I actually, I've kept that in the back of my mind. My dad told me the same thing. Thank you, Steve. You're the man. Latest with Zome. I will have a video out on this later, but they do have a release to shareholders stating that they have enough revenue to continue operations until 2023. Huge, huge work. Appreciate it, Justin. Thank you, Van City. You guys rock, seriously. Boomstick. My uncle lives in Iowa. That's sick. I go there all the time. Hey, I really appreciate the insight, man. Billy Davis, seriously. It's great to hear your story, and I really do feel for you, and I'm going to keep your nuggets of wisdom. I promise you. All right, I think that's going to wrap up the video here. We've been going for over 2 hours now. I think that's a pretty solid stream. I feel good about what we did. A little number times a big number is still a big number. Yes, sir. That's the money. All right. We'll take 60 seconds here, and I'll just wrap it up, and I think that's going to be it. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Brian. You guys all rock. Seriously, it's a lot of fun. I love doing these videos. I hope that provided value for you. I don't know everything about every company on the market, but what I can tell you is how the charts look. And if that helps you guys make your investing decisions, makes it a little bit easier for you, that's all that I can ask for, man, for sure. All right. I'll catch you guys all on the flip. Take it easy, my friends. Zome is a buy. I'll say that one more time. Zome is a buy. Big, big, big buy. Get it under $1, you're going to make a lot of money. Favorite potential stocks from today's stream? I will cover that really quick. Favorite potential stocks? Number 1, Zome. Number 2, FRSX. And this is a long-term hold. I will hold this forever. FRSX is huge. Number 3, Gsat. Number 4, I think ACM. Oh, no, it wasn't ACM. Maybe it was ACS. It was a movie theater company, but the top 3 for sure. Those will be huge. Yeah, please mash the like button. That's the money. Zome will run up tomorrow, but it'll also run up until March. I don't have any videos out on options trading, but I will be doing that in the future, I promise. All right, that's it. That's it. I'm wrapping it up. I'll let you guys know when I have another one in the future. Have a good day, guys. I really appreciate you watching. Oh, AMC, that's what it was. Yeah, you're right. You're right. AMC. This one. This is probably my 4th favorite. I am an LT. I just recently commissioned. I've been on active duty for a couple months. AVGR video will be out in literally an hour. Have a good one, guys. I'll catch you on the flip.